Oh, it's the same for most car drivers, really, when they come to bikes. You're all protected in your metal shell and sit in your comfy sofa. When we're braking, use all of our fingers on the brake lever. When we're braking, use all of our fingers on the brake lever. There we go. Because when we practice our emergency stops, we use our whole hand. So you want to keep that in practice. So always use all of your fingers on the levers if you can. Because if you're only using a couple of fingers on that brake lever, then you're technically only going to be pushing or pulling on the brake lever rather than squeezing properly. So then if you do get yourself in a bad emergency situation, you're not going to be able to stop properly. Alright, at this roundabout we're going to turn left. Indicator off. Head checking the side streets as well. I can see your helmet twitching a little bit, but you got to make your head checks obvious, okay? Like really turn that helmet. There we go, that's a head check. But check the streets before we're passing them. Island in the middle of the road, so it's right-hand wheel track, unless we're turning left, or if there's a vehicle in the middle of the island. Vehicle in the middle of the island, so where would we want to go? There we go. Just with these roundabouts, these smaller ones, we were doing roughly just on 30 or just over 30 through there, so try to slow down that little bit extra. That way if the car does suddenly come out from your right hand side, you've got time to be able to stop and get into first gear. Yeah, we can be in the right-hand wheel track here because we've got the island in the middle of the road anyway. If you need to slow down for a bend though, do it before you get to the bend rather than do it midway through. Yeah. You would have been fine to stay in your right there because we've got the island in the middle of the road. So when we got the island, it's only right-hand wheel track unless we are turning left or if there's a vehicle in the middle of the island. If you're not turning left or if there's no vehicle in the middle of the island, then you just stay in your right-hand wheel track. The island disappears, it's right-hand wheel track unless we've got an oncoming car or a blind corner coming up. Excellent, doing good. We're just going to go straight. Through the lights up ahead is a merge point. So we're going to be in our right-hand lane here, so when we go through the lights, look right, look left. Halfway through the lights, indicate to your left. Indicating to your left, looking over your shoulder, because it's already a single lane after the lights. Yeah. If there was dotted white lines on the other side of the lights there, then we could have done the merge after the lights, but because there's not, we have to do it halfway through. Just make sure you look over your shoulder when you're changing your wheel track positions. At the roundabout, we're going to turn left. Head checks. Running into the oil slick there. Indicator off. Yep. Yes, it's the same as a car. It's an on and off motion. So when you're clutching in, you get the throttle off. When you're letting the clutch out, you're starting to bring the throttle back on. Stay to your left, because you've got a car coming. Careful of your speed, because it's only 53 here. Yeah. Alright, we're going to take our next left-hand turn. Got the bike lane here on our left, so we've got to shoulder check the bike lane before turning. Shoulder check before you get to that dirt patch there. So shoulder check now, concentrating on your turn. Excellent, good work. Another cyclist can't overtake you there, but another motorbike definitely could. Indicator off. Alright, so we're going to turn right at the end of this street and we're going to pull over on the side of the road. Because we're turning right, we need the right-hand wheel track, yep. Because this is an intersection. Yep. Okay, we'll turn left instead of right, no problem. All good. That's okay. Going around the blind corner, and we're in the right-hand wheel track, and we're cutting onto the wrong side of the road. Just after this last driveway sort of thing on the left here, we're going to pull over on the side of the road, okay? On the left here. Yep. Pulling over after the driveway. After the driveway. There we go. Just make sure, again, we got enough space between the curb and the bike so we can stand on the road in between both, okay? Yeah, so when we're turning right, we're in the right-hand wheel track, so we should have been turning right when we came up to that right-hand turn that we were meant to take. Because even then you move to your right-hand wheel track to set yourself up for the turn. If you're turning left, then yeah, you're in the left-hand wheel track. So yeah, you never want to turn from the opposite wheel track, because otherwise you can have a car or another bike cutting you off as you turn. So yeah, it's not good for us. But that's fine. What else was I going to say just then? Oh yeah, so blind corners, yeah, like back there, yeah, you got that line in the middle of the road here, and yeah, the bike clearly cut over that line. And even then, even for the blind corner, we should have been well and truly on our left-hand side. So yeah, be very careful of that. Blind corners, 100% of the time, left-hand wheel track, no matter what. Alright, have we gone through the park-up procedure for the test yet? Yeah, have we ever parked it up on the side of the road? No, cool, that's what we're going to do right now. So you're going to find out the reason why I've been telling you to check your distance from the curb, because now you might not have enough room to stand on the road. So what we're going to do, foot on the rear brake, there we go. Is the bike in first gear? Instead of checking with your foot, check the dash, okay? Because you got the gear indicator in the dash there. Oh, you can't? Oh, okay, that's fine. No, that's all good. As long as you know you're in first, yeah, just that's all right, I forgot you were colourblind. That's all good. Alright, so when we're shutting down the bike, first things first, key off, clutch out. Key off, clutch out.
Now we don't need our brakes anymore and we can put the side stand down because the bike's in gear, so it's not going to roll anywhere. Yeah. So now we can put the side stand down, then we jump off the bike, and we want to lock the handlebars. So we do that by turning the bars all the way to the left, push the key in slightly and turn it anti-clockwise to the lock position. Yep, push the key in slightly, turn it anti-clockwise to the lock position, and remove the key. So you haven't turned it all the way, there we go. Now give the bars a wiggle to show that they're locked. Excellent. So that's the park up procedure. So easiest way to remember this is key and clutch always together. So you're either turning one on or off, either at the beginning when you're shutting down or at the end when you're starting it back up. Middle of the sequence, side stand and rear brake. You're always getting on one or the other, okay? And then when you're off the bike, that's when we're locking or unlocking the handlebars, when we're off the bike.
So hang on, so to get back on that, you're going to put the key in.
Unlock it first, then get back onto the bike. Because if you got it locked and you get on the bike and your foot slips, you're not going to be able to, yeah, you're just going to fall. Cool. All right, so when you're ready, jump back on. As you can see where I'm parked compared to you. Yeah. Yep. So just unlocking them first. There we go. And then we can jump back on. So then it's side stand up first, covering the rear brake. Now we can get the clutch on and turn the key on.